Hello everybody, John12 back here again with another video, and today I bring you another Suicide Squad video. Earlier today I gave you my first ever breakdown / review of the first image of Suicide Squad officially being assembled. David Ayer gave a tweeted it out yesterday. If you want to know my personal thoughts on the full-on first image of the squad, please go to my channel, check it out, or I'll have a link at the end of this video so you can just click over and, click on the annotation and go right towards there to see the video itself. But of course, I'm here to talk about the official set photos of the squad in action. Now, of course, I guess it makes sense that David Ayer would tweet out the image so early, seeing as how they are currently filming in Toronto, and based off these set photos, it would have been better if he officially tweeted it out, because if this went out before the image, you can already imagine people would be bitching, and there are people bitching anyways. But nonetheless, personally, I think the images look badass. We get a more closer, in-depth kind of look at how Margot Robbie's going to look as Harley Quinn. And once again, the more and more I get closer to seeing Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, the more and more I get to love her as a person and as a character. I love Harley Quinn as a character in general, and I just love how Margot Robbie just embodies Harley Quinn. She just looks awesome. She looks amazing. I just can't wait till they put out that first official poster of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, which I can only imagine how that's going to look, but I can't wait to get that. But I love her wardrobe. I love how she has this t-shirt that says Daddy's Little Monster. Hysterical. Just hysterical. Of course, she has a bat holding with her, which I'm guessing what they're filming right now is some badass Suicide Squad action sequences and what have you. And hysterically enough, her bat says good night, hysterically enough. So I just can only imagine how, God, I'm just saying, I just want to see this character in action already. I want to see some legitimate footage of Harley Quinn doing some epic nonsense. But nonetheless, of course, she also has some tattoos on her face, which I guess plays into the character of how they're portraying her here, because Joker has tattoos, so I guess it makes sense that she would have tattoos. And we already noticed from the first image that she has tattoos on her legs, which of course is very interesting as to which specific tattoo rather actually means. One of them I already said in my prior video that one of the tattoos on her leg says Puddin', so it's kind of going to be interesting to see what other tattoos she has any kind of meaning towards, I guess, her as a character, her history, and of course her love for the Joker. But her tattoo on her face, I can't really tell what it is, but I think it's a heart. But nonetheless, moving off of that, we get some various other images of cast members, and we have Scott Eastwood as a U.S. Army man. You can't really tell who he's pretty much playing. It's been, debunked rather, that he's not really going to be Steve Trevor from, the Wonder Woman comic books, but he's playing a U.S. Army man. So, yeah, is he going to be Steve Trevor, and that was just a decoy, being like, oh no, I'm not being Steve Trevor, but then, hey, I'm a U.S. Army man, which Steve Trevor basically is in the comic books. Who the hell knows? Personally, I find it very unlikely that Scott Eastwood's character in this, in this movie is not really going to have an extensive role. But then again, you never know. I mean, like, he could be playing anybody at this point in time. Personally, I say Steve Trevor. It makes more sense. But you never know. He could be playing just a very insignificant role. Maybe he just has a cameo. We just don't know at this point in time. But of course, we get some more images of Killer Croc and the rest of the team. We get a more in-depth look of how Attaway's makeup design looks, and I just love it. I stated in my prior video that I think it was a better choice to go practical. I mean, he just looks scary. That's why I like it so much, because if they did a CGI fest on freaking Attaway as Killer Croc in this movie, it just wouldn't look scary. It would look cool, but it just wouldn't look scary, and I think it's a better choice that they went this route. It just looks cooler. It looks scarier and cooler, and I'm just glad that David Ayer is taking a more practical approach with Suicide Squad and then the over-the-top, big budget, CGI fest. Nonetheless, we get some more images of Will Smith as Deadshot not wearing his helmet, which I guess is a better choice nonetheless, because I already said my piece on the mask. Check out my video that I made prior to get my personal thoughts on that. But nonetheless, I do like the costume he's wearing. We get some more images of El Diablo, and if you look closely at his jacket, it's kind of funny. He has a tag on his jacket that says Diablo. So that's pretty interesting nonetheless. more Jai Courtney, Captain Boomerang-esque stuff, we still don't see his boomerangs. I find it ironic that we've seen Captain Boomerang twice now, and still no boomerangs. What's the point of calling him Boomerang in the movie if he has no freaking boomerangs? I don't see any, but nonetheless, I guess it's inevitable that we will see him with some boomerangs, but I guess we're not doing it now. But nonetheless, the set photos look pretty badass. I like how everyone looks. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. What else there can be said? I want to see her in action already. I want to see her doing some badass shit and saying some hysterically psychotic badass shit, and I want a poster of her as Harley Quinn somewhere on the walls of my house somewhere. Nonetheless, the set photos look badass. Steve Trevor, I have no idea who he's playing. Let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. Who do you think Steve Trevor? I'm calling him Steve Trevor now. Scott Eastwood. Scott Eastwood, he's the actor who's playing, allegedly, Steve Trevor. I got my words mixed up. Sorry, folks. But nonetheless, let me know who you think Scott Eastwood is actually playing. Is he Steve Trevor? Is he Hal Jordan? I find that very unlikely, because then he would have to have, like, some kind of U.S. Air Force kind of outfit. But whatever. Who is he? Is he Steve Trevor? He's a U.S. Army man. But does that really mean anything? That's the big question. Does that really mean anything? Because there was a lot of Army influences in Man of Steel, but none of them were really anything, except for the one woman and, you know, the Major and whatnot. But besides those two particular characters, everyone else was kind of just irrelevant. So I think, is that the same kind of approach here, that you'll just have some more more influences of the U.S. Army, just for the sake of promoting, I guess, the U.S. Army? But other than that, let me know what you personally think, who Scott Eastwood is technically going to be playing. Also, in the comment section below, let me know your personal thoughts on Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Attaway as Killer Croc, Will Smith as Deadshot, and Jai Courtney as Boomerang. Also, let me know what your personal thoughts on any characters that you think will end up not surviving at the end of the film, because at the end of the day, it is Suicide Squad, and not every other character is going to survive at the end of this film. And also, let me know your personal speculation on what's going on in this specific image. Do you think this is the first ever official Suicide Squad mission? Do you think this is some form of flashback? What do you think they're trying to retrieve? Who do you think they're trying to attack? Let me know your personal speculation in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. Go back to my channel to check out my Suicide Squad first image breakdown. And of course, check out my first ever breakdown / review of the Joker image. And also let me know what you personally think about Joker's role in this movie, also in the comment section below, and how that's going to influence Harley Quinn's performance in the film. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been John 12.